My God.
I want some rest.
Are we having fun yet?
All right, so let's talk about Gabe. Let's talk about Gabriele Procida. I hope I'm saying that right. Gabriele Procida, maybe? But yeah, so apparently the San Antonio Spurs recently interviewed him, and I'm just going to assume that they really like the kid. So overall, if you're wondering where he's going to land, they say 45, but after this combine, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit higher. So with that being said, if the Spurs went ahead and grabbed him at 38, don't be shocked whatsoever, because it seems as if they really like him. So what's going on? So if you didn't know, this is a guy that hasn't really been on a lot of people's radars as far as this combine is concerned. He hasn't been on anybody's radar really, but he opened up some NBA eyes in Chicago, measuring nearly 6'8" in shoes and demonstrating his sweet shooting stroke and impressive athleticism at the Excel Sports Pro Day. The 19-year-old shot 40% for three in Italy the past 2 seasons. So he's one of those guys that's very underrated and a lot of people might not see coming, and he could be a breakthrough star, if you will. So overall, he had a really good combine, and he showed some of his chops, showed what he can kind of do, and people were basically impressed. Now, what we really care about is who was impressed, which was the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, they were the ones that were pretty impressed. That was no build up at all. I'm sorry. Anyways, so as we can see here, let's go ahead and read a little bit of this. The Italian wing, who's projected to be second round pick, told Tom Osborne, I never say his name right, I like Tom though, that he did interview with the San Antonio Spurs. Now, this is what I found interesting. Okay, this is the part where I'm like, we might end up getting them. Okay, it might all come back around. All right, Manu Ginobili won us championships, and he might win us a new one. Okay, that's going pretty far. But this is what happened. So he actually spoke with Manu Ginobili, and he said that they spoke in Italian, which is pretty cool. So Manu Ginobili became special advisor to the San Antonio Spurs in 2021. Procida confessed that it was an honor to meet and talk with Ginobili. We spoke in Italian. It was great to meet him. And overall, if you're just wondering what he's averaging, you're not going to get excited by it, okay? He averaged 7 points and 3 rebounds per game this season. But he's one of those guys that are very sneaky, okay? Not a lot of people are going to talk about, but it needs to be noted, just in case it happens, that the San Antonio Spurs do have their eye on Procida. He is a very athletic player. He can shoot threes. He can create his own shot. He's good around the pick and roll situation from what I've seen. I think he kind of has to work on his assists a little bit. Like, he's not great at creating for his teammates necessarily, but overwhelmingly, offensively, defensively, he's pretty doggone solid, and he's a guy that could very well break through or break out in the NBA and be something. And right now, the Spurs do have their eyes on him, and they interviewed him, and he's at least on their radar. So once we get to the second round, he should be there, and the Spurs should have their eye on him. But honestly, we never know what's going to happen with these prospects, and if he impressed enough teams, I wouldn't be surprised if he did shoot up in the first round. And if he shot up in the first round, then the Spurs may have to use their 25th for him. And by the way, I just want to point this out. If the Spurs get Patrick Baldwin, I'm not a Spurs fan no more. All right, what's the next team? I'm Dallas. All right, I'm a Dallas fan. Okay, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. If they take Patrick Baldwin, I'm a Dallas fan. I can't do that. I can't deal with that pressure. But don't be surprised if he goes up. Say he goes up to around this 31, 32. I mean, shoot, the Spurs might say, look, we need to grab him, which they've done that before. They did it with Josh Primo. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But just wanted to relay that information to you guys. Let me know what you think about him. If you've seen anything of him, please let me know. But anyways, I'll get with you later. Till next time. Deuces.